Good morning, my word nerds. Thank you for being here. And good morning to you all. My name is Christine. I am a member of the Perry Girls, and each and every weekday morning I bring you a new and amazing word of the day for you to add to your vocabulary so that you can sound smarticles. Good morning, John. So we are keeping with my secret theme, and you have until tomorrow to figure out what it is. Good morning, Deborah. How are you, sweetheart? Today's word of the day is poetize. Poetize is the word of the day today. That's Poetize, poetize. Thank you, John. You are my super heart. You just are my super heart. I'm just saying. I know you give me the super hearts, but you are my super heart. If I ever need a heart transplant, I'm gonna grab your super hearts. So thank you for those. Good morning. All right, so let's talk about poetize. Poetize. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like it would be, but it's not a word that we use very often. It means to write or speak in verse or in a poetic style. So, you know when you go through your day and you do something and it kind of sounds like maybe a song lyric, or you go, hey, I'm a poet and I don't even know it, right? Even saying that, that's poetizing. That's what that is. So I just did my own word. I did a poetize. When you talk in, hey, Pookie, how are you, hun? When you talk in rhyme, that is poetize. That's what you're doing. Hey, good morning, how are you? All right, so again, poetize, P-O-E-T-I-Z-E. So it's poet and then I-Z-E. So poetize. And it means, again, to write or speak in verse or in a poetic style. Dandy fine. Just dandy fine. I like that. We could probably poetize that for sure. You could turn that into, speaking in verse or in a poetic style. But when you say the phrase, I'm a poet and didn't even know it, that's poetize as well. Because you are speaking in a poetic style when you do that. That's what poetry sounds like, right? It's da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Now there's other poetry that's more like verse, right? It's very abstract and it's kind of out there. So when you're pouring your heart out to people and it becomes very rhythmic and very verse-like, again, poetize. That's what that is. You were looking for the PG word of the day. So the PG word of the day got sunsetted and they're going back to daily assignments. But I'm still here, so I will always use the hashtag word nerds. But I do apologize that we very quietly sunsetted the Perry Girls word of the day as the daily scoping assignment. It just didn't have, the take that we had hoped it would take, and that's okay. I love my word nerds, and we're all still here, and I'm still going to keep doing this. Moira's still doing hers as well, and I believe Julie, when she has the time, is going to do it as well. So if you really, really, really want to, be a word nerd, that's great. You can still follow those of us who are doing this because we're still going to do this. So hashtag word nerds, yes. And I will still be here every weekday. Moira will still do it every single day. She's working towards 365 and she's doing it. So props to Moira. I would put up her handle. It's Salon Moira, but it's M-A-I-R-E. So tend to talk in movie dialogue. It depends on the movie, John. So if the movie is a Shakespearean-based movie and you're speaking in verse, then yeah, that would definitely be poetize. I have a tendency to speak in song lyric. So that big shout out to Moira, right? She's awesome. So I tend to speak in song verse. So that would also be poetize. Right? If someone says something and it reminds me of a song, I immediately start singing the song in my head. If I can get away with it, I will actually sing it out loud because that's just who I am. But someone said something the other day about, being halfway somewhere. Right? And I went, oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. And they were like, what? I poetized. That's what I did. I spoke in verse or in a poetic style. Yes, they were song lyrics, but I was speaking and rhyming and I had a rhythm to it. So that's poetize. So I just wanted you guys to kind of get that word into your heads, right? When you speak in verse or when you do something that's very rhymey, that's poetize. That's what you're doing. So you're not committing it. It's not a crime, but I wanted you guys to, really kind of wrap your brains around that. Thank you for all these special hearts, you guys. You're really making me feel very special today. So I want you guys to introduce Poetize into a conversation somehow today. Even if it's, hey, did you know that when you speak in rhythm or rhyme, that's called Poetize? Whether you're trying to be a poet or not, when you speak like that or when you write like that, that's called poetizing. So or poetize. Because that's today's word of the day, poetize. So to recap the last 3 days, to see if anybody has caught on yet to my theme, rapping is a perfect example of poetize. Perfect example. Thank you for that, darling. So I'm going to recap the last 3 days' words so that you guys can try to figure out what my theme is this week. So Tuesday's word was subpoena. Wednesday's word was anoesis. And today's word is poetize. So if you haven't figured it out yet, you only got one more day to figure it out, what the theme is. Hopefully you guys are being super smarticles. Did I do that this morning? I think I did that this morning. If I didn't, I think I did. Did I start with my intro? If I didn't, I apologize. Law. Yes, subpoena, law. Oh, no, that is not today's theme or this week's theme. But that's a fantastic guess. Very fantastic guess. I did do it. Okay, all of a sudden I couldn't remember if I did the Smarticles intro or not. I'm like, But I still want you guys to sound Smarticles. So, dry cleaner just opened, so I'm going to go in and pick up the dress that I left with them on July 1st. Hopefully it's still there. I'm kind of freaking out that it might not be here anymore. But it's one of my favorite dresses, so hopefully it's still here. So, I'm going to go pick that up. Poetize. Use it. Poetize. Use it, don't abuse it. Be good to yourselves, be good to one another, and know that I love you all. And I'll see you back here again tomorrow morning for the fabulous Friday edition of Word of the Day. Hopefully they didn't give it away to donation is what my fear is. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Until then, mwah! Bye now.